Starting a business in 2026 is no longer about the hustle. It's not about working harder, staying up later, or grinding through spreadsheets at midnight. The people winning right now are winning because of how they leverage intelligence, AI-powered tools, data-backed decisions and systems that most people fall in e-commerce not because they lack ambition, but because they're using 2020 methods in a 2026 market. They're manually researching products, guessing at trends, copying supplier descriptions, and wondering why nothing converts. The game has changed completely, and the tools have changed with it. Today, we're spending 30 minutes, yes, 30 minutes together inside Dober, exploring how modern e-commerce businesses are being built with AI-powered automation. No fluff, no theory. We're inside the platform the entire time, testing the tools live. We're using Dober as the central engine. And when I say engine, I mean it handles everything: the supply chain, the product, the producing, the sourcing, the store automation, the SEO optimization, the inventory sync, all of it. One platform built specifically for how e-commerce works now. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how the new standard of e-commerce operates and how AI-powered systems are changing the way online businesses are launched and scaled in 2026. Are you ready for this, guys? Let's get into it. So, okay, here we are. This is the Dober dashboard. I've logged in. We are in the Dober dashboard, and before we click anything, I want to spend a moment just orientating you to what you are looking at, because this platform has evolved significantly and it's worth understanding the layout before we dive in. Right, so Dober has been operating for over 20 years, and what they have done in 2026 is take 2 decades of supplier data, product performance data, and market trend data, and pipe all of it into an AI ecosystem. That is what makes the 2026 version of this platform genuinely different from what it was even 12 months ago. So when you log in, the first thing you see is your main navigation panel, right? So you've got all of your sort of product selections down here. You've got all of the product sourcing tools and the AI tools, your store management section, your orders and your analytics. Everything is in one place. Everything. There is no jumping between third-party apps or dashboards to get a full picture of your business. You've got the Dober Pilot, which we're going to go into later on, the AI Picker, the AI Hub, which is what we're going to get into as well later on, and all of your account details down here with a full list of all your top ranking products, your Video Hub, your high profit products, all the sale products and the featured categories, along with some premium supplies which they will select just for your liking. Now what we're going to do, we will go onto all products right now, and I'm just going to show you a little bit of like the supplier network and how that works within the marketplace section. The foundation of Dober is its supplier network, and the scale of it matters. You are not dealing with a small directory of a few hundred vendors. The platform gives you access to over 1 million trending products sourced from a vetted supplier base. The majority of those products ship from US-based warehouses. On here, you can ship them and you can select everything from a US-based warehouse. Now, why does that matter? Because when your customer places an order, they expect to know where it is and when it is arriving. A trackable shipment that arrives in 3 to 7 business days is the baseline expectation in 2026. International shipping that takes 3 to 4 weeks does not cut it anymore. It just doesn't. And it will cost you in refund requests and negative reviews. US warehouse fulfillment means you can confidently promise fast, trackable delivery, and that promise is what builds repeat customers. Right, as well, before we move on, one thing I want to bring your attention to is, while we are here in this supplier, okay, the supplier rating system, right, which is right here. As you can see, you click that and then it will let you know what drives these top sellers and what drives the supplier rating system. Now, every supplier on Dober is rated, and those ratings cover fulfillment speed, product quality, and dispute resolution. So if I go on here now onto this supplier, you will see all of that right there. The fulfillment, speed, and the refund rate, average processing time, the freight strategy, shipping origin. This is not cosmetic. When you are running a dropshipping store, your reputation is directly tied to your supplier's reliability. If they ship late, your customer blames you. If the product arrives damaged, your customer contacts you. Dober's rating system exists specifically so you can make informed decisions before you commit to a supplier. So what you want to do, you want to look for suppliers with consistently high ratings across all three categories, not just price. We go back here and we'll see there, you know, a supplier with a slightly higher cost and a perfect fulfillment record will always outperform a cheap supplier with inconsistent shipping. That is a fundamental rule of drop shipping that the Dober rating system helps you apply in practice. Now, right, let's get into the thick of it. Let's take you over to the AI Hub. And in this AI Hub, what we're going to show you is our first AI tool, which is the AI Picker. Now, within the AI Hub, we've got the Dober Pilot, which we're going to use to create that brief for to connect our Shopify store to our brief over in the Dober. We've got the AI Store Builder, AI Picker, AI Auto Lister, which we're also going to talk about, the Listing Migrator, and the Optimizer, which we're always going to talk about. So I'll click onto the AI Picker. Now, right, the first tool I want to show you is this AI Picker. Now, most people approach product research the same way. They open a trending page somewhere, see what's getting attention right now, and try to list it before the wave passes. The problem with that approach is that by the time you're seeing it trend, hundreds of other sellers are already listing it. You are competing on price from day one. AI Picker works differently. Instead of showing you what is popular right now, it's analyzing demand trajectory, using Dober's historical data to surface products that are trending upward but have not yet reached peak saturation. You are not chasing the trend, you are positioning ahead of it. As we can see here, it's giving you the recommended products and the price range and guide of the selecting products and the best selling products at the moment. Product that is trending but has no inventory depth is useless to you. You list it, get sales, and then your supplier runs out of stock. You have now got customers waiting and no fulfillment path. The inventory stabilizer filter removes those products from your results before you waste time on them. So the first filter I am applying is high margin. In dropshipping, margin is everything. You are paying for ads, you are paying transaction fees, you are absorbing the occasional return, and all of that has to come out of your margin before you see any profit. High margin products give you the buffer to run a real business, not just break even. So I'll type in here high margin, and then we will put in our other filter, which is US warehouse filter. I've already explained why fast trackable shipping matters, but I want to make it concrete. Filtering for US warehouse products immediately removes the single biggest source of customer complaints in dropshipping: slow, untrackable international shipping. Gone. So there, with that, we've put in the high margin, and then we want a high fulfillment rate, and it has come up with the high margin US warehouse filters with the fulfillment rate, and it's come up with all of these products down there. And look at what is left after both of those filters have applied. It has given us these. Now, these are the products with room to make money, suppliers who can fulfill quickly, and demand data showing upward trajectory. That is your starting shortlist. Okay, so let us go into a product, see what one we've got here. Let's see if a supplier that we've used before, like see V4. So once we've got in here, we went to V4, right? And you can click on one of these and then we can see this full breakdown. We see the details of the supplier and the product. You've got the price, and then you've got the margin rate, which is right there. And then also, if we click onto the supplier, you can go back into that and then you can see all of the supplier ratings. So then you go in here and you have the fulfillment rate, you have where the factory is located in the US. And if the AI has flagged this as a trend in products, you will see the demand indicator here as well, showing you the direction of movement. It also gives you the available that you've got. So this is showing you the direction of movement, and it's not just the current position. Now, all of this, which is in the AI picker, what it's doing the equivalent of hours of manual research, right? This is the research layer. Like, most drop shippers skip this entirely and just list what looks popular. The AI picker, what that does, it's doing the equivalent of hours of manual research in seconds. It's pulling demand signals, checking inventory depth, calculating margin, and surfacing the results in one card. That is the advantage of having 20 years of data feeding a live AI system. Right, so once you've found the product you want, you select, and then you just add it to your inventory list. So you just add that there. So when you find a product worth investigating further, save it like I just did then. You click that, or you add it to your inventory list. Dober keeps a running list of your saved products, so you can come back and compare them before you decide what to push to your store. Now, you do not have to act immediately on every product you like. Build a shortlist first and then evaluate. I would recommend spending a full session in AI Pickup before you start listing anything. Find 10 to 15 products that clear your margin and fulfill filters, save them all, and then go through them in your store context before you push a single one live. Okay, right. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to go through to the Dober pilot. And this is the tool that represents the biggest shift in what this platform is capable of in 2026. Now, historically, setting up drop shipping store required you to make a long series of decisions manually. What niche, what products, what pricing rules, how to structure your categories, how to write your descriptions, how to connect your supplier inventory to your storefront so it stays in sync. Each of those steps took time, took ages, and a mistake in any of them created problems downstream. Dober Pilot removes that entire manual layer. You give it a plain language prompt, describe what you want to build, and it constructs the business logic underneath it. Categories, product selection, pricing rules, Shopify integration, which is key. All of that is built from a single instruction, which we are going to do. Okay, before we just hit that, a few more bits. Before I show you that prompt, I want to explain what the pilot is actually constructing when you give it an instruction, because it's easy to assume this is just a product recommendation engine dressed up with AI language. It is not. When you prompt Dober Pilot, it's making decisions across 4 layers simultaneously. First, it's defining your niche and the category architecture, how your store is organized, right? And then second, it's selecting products from the Dober catalog that fit that niche, passing the margin and fulfillment filters we just looked at. Remember? Last but not least, we have the 24/7 inventory sync, which is part that makes this hands-off operation. Without automated sync, you are manually checking stock levels every day and uploading your store when something goes out of stock. That is an enormous time drain that scales badly. So with the pilot sync running in the background, a product that goes out of stock is automatically managed, so you are not getting orders you cannot fill. Right, enough of me waffling on. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you live, and I am going to type or even paste in a single prompt, and we are going to watch that pilot build from it. So we'll have this prompt that we pop in here, and we'll paste that in. Okay, so the next step's easy. You log in, and what we do, we download the Shopify app, which we do here, install. Okay, pop in done. The store's now connected, and it's listing all these products, listing rules and permission. So like, just pick your store, tweak any pricing or optimizing settings, and then hit confirm to publish. Note that listing these will count against your product listeners. Right, so all we've got to do now is just continue with this task. You can just see some of the products which have just been added here into my Shopify store as it continues to list the other products. And there we go. That's it, store done. And the speed in which that was produced It was great. The AI handled that speed and handled that order in what would usually takes weeks of manual work. And it's brought all up these products right here. As you can see, my store, I go through to my store here. It's got the products here that were put through onto my Doba store right there. So we're back in the AI hub, and I'm going to show you next the AI auto lister. This next tool I want to cover is the AI auto lister, and I want to frame this correctly before I show you the demo, because it's easy to underestimate what it is doing. In 2026, the biggest factor separating stores that get organic traffic from stores that do not is content quality, specifically unique, the SEO optimized product descriptions that are written for a human reader, not just stuffed with keywords. Search engines have become sophisticated enough to penalize templated generic copy. And the majority of the dropshipping stores are using exactly that, manufacturing descriptions copied and pasted directly, shared across hundreds of competing listings. When every store selling the same product has the same description, the search algorithm has no reason to rank any of them above the others. The AI auto lister generates unique professional product copy for every listing you push. Now, we've got the AI lister right here. We'll click on here and it'll take us right through to the lister. So it shows us how we must set this up. Okay, so what we're going to do right now, we are going to set up the AI auto lister. Okay, what we're going to do, we'll go to the auto lister right here, right? And we'll go into our store. And what we're going to do, we'll take one of the products from the store and then we will auto list it and we'll get it looking professional, and we'll use all of these tools to optimize the description to make it looking professional and a little bit more luxurious. So if we go through to here, we'll view all, we will take the AI listing. Let's have a look what listing we've got from here. Right, let's hit off, we'll take that off, and we'll choose one of these products. We come through here. Now we've got all the description and everything in here with all the photos. We'll go to list to store. We'll go to my store, what we've just connected, store 8. Continue. Now, what we can see here, we can see the products and we can see the description. Both of those things can be optimized through the AI auto lister and AI auto optimizer. And we've got all the variants, the different cameras and the images and the products list only. Right, we're not going to list this yet. What we're going to do, we're going to optimize this listing. And it'll take a few moments for it to optimize. Select the best title. We'll use that. We'll select and replace. Optimize once again. Okay, so we've done that already. Select and replace. Now we'll go to the description. We've got this coming through. We can select and optimize that again as it optimizes the description and the details. Right, so the optimizers are shown in the highlighted light green section. So we've got all the colors here. They are all of the optimized sections. We'll select and replace that. The images. Now, once that is done, we will list it. The product is being listed to the store, and then we can check back to see when that has been listed to the store. Okay, so once we're on here and we have the product that we want to list, we go to list, we'll go to my store, continue. And as you can see, you've got the product title, which can be optimized, which we will do. And then you've got the description here. This is all of the description, which we can optimize as well. So you've got the details, brand, the article, the model, the scope, the sensor, resolution. Now, all of this can be optimized. Right, okay, so we've clicked onto our auto lister and we are going to select a product, which is this. We'll select this product and then we will add it to our store. So we add to list, we'll add to our store 8. Now, we've got all of the product breakdown, right? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to optimize this product. You can optimize the product and the description. So all this has come through the AI auto lister. You've got the products here. We will optimize the product title. We'll see if it comes up with a slicker title for us. Okay, so we'll select and we'll replace, and then we'll come up with the description. We'll optimize that. There we have it, all of the highlighted, and we'll select that as a replacement. And that will then be listed into our Shopify store. The product is being listed into the store. We're here on the Shopify page where it has pushed the product through into listing, and it starts off, we'll show you with the description. Now, this is not a manufacturer title. This is a positioning statement. It's telling the customer what the product does for them, not just what it is. And the description continues in the same vein. Introducing the AUSDOM AW930 Pro. Elevate your video experience with our autofocus HDR 2K webcam featuring a 100-degree, no distortion wide angle and an impressive 4x16 digital zoom. This Type-C USB dual interface camera is perfect for meetings, live streaming, and more. Now let's talk about the onboarding structure, right, on the daily challenges in the Elite Academy. Now, because this is part of the platform that most people overlook, and it is the part that makes the difference between someone who signs up and actually builds something and someone who signs up and gets overwhelmed and never gets their first product live. And the one thing I actually like about the platform is that it recognizes the first couple of weeks are usually the hardest part for beginners, and a lot of people quit simply because they don't know what steps to take next. Now, on here, what you'll do is you can go through the first kind of few weeks. What we've got here, these are the daily challenges system that gives the users a structured roadmap, and it's designed to gradually build the business foundation step by step. So instead of feeling overwhelmed, you're focused on one specific mission each day. Okay, so we will look at, so from the first sale to the full scale, your 3 stages challenge, selling challenge. So it's a 15-day challenge. So day 1, you got this task here, which is you've started your drop shipping challenge, and then you'll mark that as complete. Day 2, task 2 video, what is drop shipping? So it gives you all of that education. Task 3, reading drop shipping, market insights, the state of drop shipping, trends, niches. Day 4, real drop shipping, real results video, real drop shippers, real results, watch now. So yeah, this is pretty cool. And then once you've done all those days, then you will unlock the other, so build and optimize, which then charges you. You know, this progression system is useful because it creates momentum, and momentum is one of the most important things for new e-commerce sellers. The platform also tracks progress visually, which helps users clearly understand where they are in their process. And also, alongside the daily challenges, Dober has built out the Elite Academy, a library of masterclasses and training content for sellers who want to go beyond the basics. As we can see, it's all right there. The Academy covers advanced topics, scaling with paid traffic, multi-channel management, supplier negotiation, advanced pricing strategy. These are not beginner tutorials. They are built for sellers who have their store running and want to grow it seriously. Think of it as a business incubator that lives inside your dashboard. As you can see here, you've got all of these masterclasses. When you enter them, you go through the course, going through each step, marking them as you complete them. And if we can just go back here, we'll see that how to drop ship, how to find winning drop shipping products. It goes through it right here. Top selling drop shipping products, what makes a winner, filters and sorting, which is what we went through before. Find winning products on Dober. Again, once you've done that, your market is complete. Then you've got your ebooks that you get here. You get your free ebooks that you can study and go through, start reading, and then introducing you into TikTok. This will go through all of the integrations that you can do with Dober as well. So the content is specific and practical. You are not watching generic e-commerce advice. You're watching training built around Dober's tools and supplier networks, which means it applies directly to what you are doing on this platform. Well, as I was talking about before, the final capability I want to cover is the multi-channel management, because This is where a single Dober account starts to function as a central hub for a genuinely scalable business. Most sellers start with one channel, a Shopify store or an Amazon listing or TikTok shop, and they manage that one channel, get it working, and then want to expand. The problem historically has been that expanding to a second channel meant duplicating all of your work, listing products, relisting products, managing separate inventory, handling orders from two separate systems. With Dober, your product catalog, your inventory sync, and your supplier connections are all centralized. So as you can see, you've got TikTok, Shopify, you got Amazon, Temu, eBay, everything on here as you like it. You connect a second channel, say TikTok shop, and you go to here, you click, it shows you how to get started now. Once you connect, your existing product catalog is available to push it. The inventory sync runs across both channels simultaneously. An order from TikTok routes to the same supplier as an order from your Shopify store. You are not managing two businesses here. You're running one business with two customer-facing storefronts. That is the architecture of scale, and it's built into the platform from the start. Finally, one smart thing many brands are doing now is using centralized link hubs like here, Linktree. Instead of placing multiple random links across social platforms, everything is organized into one compliant destination. This creates a cleaner user experience while also helping platforms maintain trust and compliance standards. It also makes it easier for users to safely navigate between official resources, educational content, and store information. So overall, Dober is positioning itself as much more than just a product directory. The platform is evolving into a full AI-assisted e-commerce operating system designed to help sellers source products, automate listings, manage inventory, and scale multi-channel businesses more efficiently. What stands out most is the combination of supplier transparency, AI-powered automation, US-based fulfillment options, and integrated education. And for beginners, especially, tools like Dober Pilot and the Daily Challenges system significantly reduce the complexity of launching a store. At the same time, more advanced users can leverage automation and multi-channel integration to scale operations faster. The e-commerce landscape is changing rapidly, and platforms focused on automation, speed, and operational simplicity are becoming increasingly valuable. And that's really where Dober seems focused heading into 2026. So there we go. That's it, guys. That's the full picture. Everything we've walked through today, the AI sourcing, the automation tools, the product optimization, the inventory syncing, the daily roadmap, that's what Dober has built for 2026, and it's all accessible from one single account. If you're ready to explore the platform yourself, the link is in the description. Use my link and the affiliate code to get 20% off your first purchase. There may also be a low-cost trial available when you sign up. So even if you're not ready to commit fully, you can still get inside the dashboard, explore the AI tools yourself, and see how they fit your workflow before spending any serious money. Everything you need, the link, the code, the review pages, the press coverage is in the printed comment and the description below. I've laid it all out so you can move straight from watching this video to exploring the platform yourself. If this was useful, hit subscribe. I cover platforms and tools like this regularly, the ones that are actually worth your time in 2026, not the ones that were relevant 5 years ago. Drop a comment below if you've already tried Dober or if you're planning to. I read everything. See you in the next video.